One of the things that I use my iPad for, the main thing that I use my iPad for, is to replace paper. So in order to replace paper, you need to have something that you can write on, and you need to have something that you can write with. Now, in the class, we go over the various different styluses and the ones that I recommend, and I have tested many, many styluses, and I've also tested note-taking apps. I probably own 9 note-taking apps, and up until probably 6 months ago, I was using Notetaker HD exclusively until Notability did some updates, and the updates were so great, and there's more features in it than Notetaker HD. So I've hopped over to there, and that's what I'm using now. And I'm going to actually show you some of the things that you can do in Notability using some of the templates that I've created. Okay, so this is the icon for Notability. So let's just open it up. And what I really love about Notability is being able to have these tabs in the left. Now they're actually called categories. That's what Notability calls them. But to me, they're tabs or folders. And then underneath them, you have what Notability calls subjects, but I'm calling them sections inside the folders or tabs inside of a notebook. One of the categories that I've created in Notability is my day planner area. I also have templates where I keep my work orders, my minutes matter measuring sheets, other templates that I've created in Illustrator that I use for my business, sticky notes, and all kinds of papers and in all kinds of colors. I've got narrow lined, wide lined, I've got hole punched paper. I'll just show you what they look like in Notability. And since I color code everything, I like to have different color papers and different color sticky notes. I've also made some grid paper. And anybody that is in my class, they get all of these templates free to put in their Notability. Okay, so let's flip to June's day planner. And the way the day planner is set up is it's a PDF, and a lot of the note-taking apps now will let you make notes on a PDF. And so the day planners are PDF files, and there is one PDF for each month of the year. And inside that PDF, there is one page for every day of the week. So if you want to go to the 25th, you would simply tap on the pages here that would open up this index, and then you can scroll to the 25th. And then now that we're on the 25th, I can go ahead and close the index. You can also scroll with your 2 fingers and slide the pages up and down. Now, one of the things that I have put on the day planner pages is 3 months at a glance. So since we're in June, June is in the center, the past month is on the left, and the future month is on the right, so that you can kind of look 4 weeks ahead and 4 weeks back. There's an area for tasks, any contacts that you might make, or any phone numbers that you take down for that day, and then any appointments that you plan out for your day. And then there's a big area for note taking. Now, at this point, I would like to say that my day planner pages do not replace my Google Calendar. I have a Google Calendar with all my appointments and everything all set up in it. What I use the day planner pages for is just that, to plan my day. So generally, I sit down that morning or the night before, and I open up a fresh page of the day that's coming up, and I fill in these areas. I make any notes of anything that I'll need to have with me, or I'll need any calls that I need to make will go here in the contacts area, and any tasks that I need to perform will go here. So let me just show you what it's like to write in Notability. Okay, there's two ways. You can either zoom into the page and then slide the wrist guard up and take notes that way, or you can press and hold the magnifying glass, and that opens up an area where you can just tap anywhere on your page and start writing. And what's neat about writing in this zoomed in area is when you get into this green area right here, once you lift your stylus, the box advances. So you don't have to keep dragging and stopping your work. Inside this box, you've also got a return or an advanced arrow or a backwards arrow. Something else that I really love about inking in Notability is the different color inks that you have. You can choose any of these color inks, and you can also choose the thickness of your tips. Now, I color code everything. I color code my pages, my papers, my sticky notes, and I also color code my ink so that at a glance I can see if something is in pink, I know that's a bill. If something is in purple, I know it's a personal appointment. If it's green, it's an errand. If it's orange, it's either a meeting or it's a phone call. And then, of course, I've got several other codes that I use, and I teach all these colors and these codes in the paperless class so that you get so used to seeing a color for one particular task or subject or job that you just know when you see that color without even having to zoom in and read it, you just know. My red is for deadlines. That's my major color for deadlines. When I have a deadline coming up or a job that I'm working on, if I see throughout my day that I've got a lot of red ink, that means I'm either going to be in an install or I'm going to be in my workroom. Something else that you can do in Notability is there is a highlighter. And you also have all the different colors for the highlighter as well. This is the eraser. And the scissors will allow you to, let me just close that screen, will allow you to draw a circle around anything, and you can move it around, or you can change the color of the ink. You can cut, you can copy, and then you can go to another page and paste, or you can delete it. What I like about the cut and the copy and the paste is if I've got some tasks on one day that I don't complete, I don't have to rewrite it on the next day. I can just either cut and paste it or copy and paste it right on to the next day. One of the things that I use the highlighter for is each day as I come to a new day, I'll just draw a dot on the day with my highlighting pen. So let me just show you how I do that. So I've got black selected and I've got the smallest circle selected for the highlighter. And I'll zoom in and I'll just either with my finger or my stylus tap the day. So I know that those are the days that are finished. So at a glance, when I'm looking at my day planner, I can see very quickly, okay, there's 2 weeks left of the month. Something else that I do is I just put jobs that are coming up next to each week so I can see how far out I am. You can also, on the day planner pages, type text, which I generally don't do. One of the things that I really missed when I went paperless was having the Franklin Covey notebook with the three ring, the binders or the spiral bound, and having flipping pages and having the different color inks and putting a sticky note on top of my day planner pages and moving those sticky notes to the following day if I needed to. And having my colors, my tabs, I really missed having a real paper notebook or day planner or Franklin Covey planner. And that's why I created these day planners, because I got so used to using one that after I went paperless, I needed something to continue that routine that I was already in. Something else that you can do in Notability is you can make recordings. You would simply tap the microphone, you would start recording, and it would keep that recording on that page for you. And what is so neat about that is if you're on a call and you want to document that call, or if you're in a meeting, or if you're in a class, you can just tap that microphone and you can still be taking notes, but while you're taking the notes, you're also recording. So if you ever have to go back and listen to the meeting or the lecture or the phone call, you can just tap to play your recording. Something else that you can do is add photo clips. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to go to my photo albums. I'm going to add a photo. Go to my photo albums. Let's see. I have got a photo album that's has sticky notes in it. So I'm going to click on the green sticky note and load it onto my page. And naturally that's huge. So let me just resize it and stick it there. And now I want to ink on it. And I guess I'll use some black ink and take some notes on stickies. And sorry, my handwriting, I'm on a funny angle trying to look at my computer screen and hold my iPad and write. And I'm also trying to use my mouse so I can point out things. So my handwriting isn't great anyway, and it's harder to do it on this angle. But you get the idea. Okay, so let's zoom back out. Something else that I do in Notability is I keep in my templates area, I keep icons. So I've got this one page that has all these icons on it, and this is another thing that my class gets free when they take the class. They get all these goodies that go into their Notability. So if I want to put an icon on my notes, let's say I have to make a call. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go back to the day planner. And I'm going to whoops. And I want this over here, and that's kind of big, so I'm going to make it smaller. So let's just say that this sticky note represents a phone call that I'm going to make. Or I can drag it down and put it down here. And generally, by the time I'm done planning my day, I have got all kinds of icons and sticky notes and different color ink, and it's just all filled up, and it's a map of my day. There is a lot more to Notability. There are so many things that Notability can do, including shapes. And I also, when I'm done with a month, I email it to my Evernote and I store it in my Evernote. Because one of the things when I used to use the Franklin Covey day planners, I would keep all my years in boxes and store them just in case I ever had to go back and look at a date. Well, I do the same thing with my digital day planner. I email it to my Evernote and I file it away with the year and the month, and then that way if I ever have to go back to a day and look at that, it is safe and in my Evernote, and I can always go back and refer to a specific day. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video on Notability. Like I said, it does so much more than what I showed you in this video. If you take my class, you will learn everything that Notability can do and everything the iPad can do and all the apps that revolve around working with your iPad and going back and forth from your iPad and your computer.